Okay, this evening we're going to do something that I wanted to try and haven't gotten around to, and tonight is the night. What we're going to do is make potato balls that have shepherd's pie filling inside, although it's not really shepherd's pie filling, it's cottage pie because it has Hamburg and not lamb. So what we're going to do is try to make a potato ball with this meat inside. They do that here in Puerto Rico, but they use some pretty spicy meat and I don't really like it. So I thought I'd make it my way. So what we're going to do, I mashed some potato and we're going to make a potato ball. And I have no idea if this is going to work or not. So let's give it a shot. We're going to make a ball out of the potato. And about that size. And then I think we're just going to take a knife and cut it right in half. And it didn't stick together as well as I hoped it would, but maybe that'll be all right. Then we're going to take a spoon, scoop out a good lot of the inside. And have our whole thing fall apart. Not supposed to do that. Then we'll take this side and we'll do the same thing. Maybe without having it fall apart, because I'm holding it this time. And then we're going to take a spoonful of our filling. Now this filling is a mix of hamburger, sweet cream style corn, and whole kernel corn. And we're going to fill our potato ball with that. And then we're going to try to put them back together and reform the ball. So far it's not working real good, but let's see if it decides it's going to cooperate. If I can pick it up, yeah, I can remake the ball, and I'll push that corn back inside. And we have a potato ball. Now I've got my air fryer sitting here warming up beside me. And I'm guessing on the time. I've got it at 375, and I'm planning on doing it for about 20 minutes or so. The time is probably not critical, it's just until everything is uniformly warm, and I want the outside a little bit crispy. Okay, now we cut that one in half. And we're going to scoop out some potato. I'm getting kind of greedy with how big a hole I make here because I want more filling than a little bit. Probably the best thing to use for this would be a melon baller. And it just happens that I have one. It isn't really a melon baller, it's just a tablespoon or so scoop. And I kind of scooped out too much of the side of this one, and this time I'm going to keep it in my hand while I fill it. And then I'm going to push them back together. Make a ball out of it. Push the filling back in a little bit and add a little potato to this side. I think I've got enough potato here to make 4 of these. And this was, I think it was 6 smallish potatoes. I cooked about a pound of meat. And there's 3 tablespoons of each kind of corn. And there's a sprinkle of garlic salt in it as well. Now we'll cut this in half again. We'll take our little scoop and we'll scoop out a hole. It's working way better than the spoon did. You want to do your best to get these about the same size so they'll warm up at the same rate. And this one's really not as big as the other one, so we'll add a little more to it, push it back together again. Now I cooked it first for a couple of reasons. One is so that most of the grease or oil is already out of it. And the other reason is so that I don't have to worry about actually cooking the meat. It's already cooked and I just have to warm it up some. Because this is all basically an experiment, what I'm going to do now is on 2 of these, I'm going to brush them with some oil. And I think we'll be able to tell when I'm done which ones have the oil and which ones don't. So I'm not too worried about losing track. There. That's 2 of them. Now I have 2 of them oiled. And I'm also going to dust a little bit of cornstarch on them. And I think the easiest way to do that is to try to roll them in the cornstarch. I don't know how to do that exactly, but we'll figure something out. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take 1 oiled one and 1 not oiled one, and we're going to roll them in cornstarch and see if that makes them crispier. I think there must be a better way to do this, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, we'll put that one there and we'll put this one here. And we'll see, this way we'll see if the oil step is worth it. Seems like a lot of cornstarch, but we'll see what happens. And now we're going to, whenever I do anything in the air fryer, I use a liner. These are just basically parchment paper, and they work really well, especially if you've got something oily. If you've got something oily, like frying pork chops or something where there's a lot of fat, then if you use a liner, it stays in one place in the pan. Okay, I've got these separated in the air fryer. And we're going to put the lid back down and we're going to change the time because it warmed up for a long time. Okay, I've got it on 20 minutes. 20 minutes at 375. Let's see how it does. I'll be back at that time and we'll take a look at them and see if they're crispy and browned. I'll be checking them before that, obviously, because I have no idea what time I should be using. So, I'll be back. Okay, 20 minutes has passed. They look a little on the crispy side. Let's see if we can get them out of here. Well, the bottom fell out of this one. Wanted to fall out of that one. Didn't fall out of that one. That one is an oiled one. And here is another oiled one. And this one's going to lose its bottom too, I believe. No, not too bad. Okay, now let's cut into one of these and see what it looks like on the inside. You probably want a fork because I think they're probably a little hot to be handling. That's nice and crunchy. And that's what they look like on the inside. So I would say that this is a successful experiment. In the future, I will oil them. I probably will not use the cornstarch. Or at least if I do, I'll use a lesser quantity than this. Anyway, let me take a taste. Tastes exactly like the shepherd's pie that my grandmother used to make, which we now call cottage pie. So I would say that this was a success. I think next time, one change I would make is I'd put a little oil in the bottom on top of the liner because I didn't put any at all this time. And the two that were oiled didn't stick. The two that were not oiled did kind of stick, one of them quite badly. So that is the entire video. So thank you very much for watching, and you might want to make this to go with this.